Kane Vision welcomes in Kevin Harris, the head rowing coach at the University of Tulsa. And it's race time, isn't it? It's time to get racing. So tell us about this weekend.
Well, Head of the Oklahoma is, we have two different types of racing, of course. So head racing is basically a time trial where the boats start off one at a time down the race course in about 15-second interval. And the object is to pass the crew that's ahead of you, or if you started first, to get out ahead of everybody else. So this weekend we'll be racing the Head of the Oklahoma. And there'll be University of Oklahoma will be there, Kansas, SMU, UCF is coming out to take a look at the race course for for our conference championship in May. So their chance to come out and survey the race course. So it'll be a lot of fun. We'll see UCO, who won the Division II championships last year, and Alabama. Alabama's going to come out and play. So hopefully I didn't forget anybody, but. It's going to be a chance for us to basically, head racing is kind of an exhibition race because it doesn't exactly count to our spring, but it is a good chance for me to see different lineups and to get people in racing mode.
Yeah, and even if you don't catch up to that boat that was ahead of you, your time should be pretty good if you're getting close, right?
Well, exactly. Yeah. You don't necessarily have to pass someone to beat them. You just need to get closer to them. The problem is you don't know what's happening behind you
or in front of you.
Yeah, I mean, if there's if there's 30 boats in the 8s race and you have to be number 15, you may catch number 14, but number 20 behind you might be storming through everybody behind you. But the great thing about head racing, I mean, one, it's close to home, so this is always a great race for our family and friends to come and see. Down in Oklahoma City, right on the North Canadian, down just south of Bricktown there. But the other piece is, we get to get into a lot of different boats, right? Yeah. So we'll race the 8, the double, and the 4 on Saturday. And then on Sunday, we'll race the single, the pair, the 4, and the quad. And I think that quads race is going to be a lot of fun because I'm contemplating putting them into classes and letting them race as freshmen, sophomore, that kind of thing. So we're the only 4 boats entered apparently. So I decided that
hey, you're going to win.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it would be bad if we didn't win that one. So we'll see.
Well, and certainly it has to be a yardstick. What kind of a yardstick is this for you in your first competition?
Well, it's really good because the team has been working very hard over the last month. Since we've come back from the summertime, I've been really pleased with the way that the athletes have taken on the workload. And they've been testing, so now we get to put them in lineups, and it's a chance for them to really show, okay, hey coach, I deserve to be in this seat, or hey coach, I don't deserve to be in this seat, so I need to move. But it's also good for inter-squad just competition, right? Yeah. That's the best part of this. We look at this, it's nice to be able to compete against our other teams, but for us, this is about work, right? This is a lunch pail day for us. We're going to go down, and it's however many races that we're going to do. And it just adds to our goal of getting to that championship in May.
Well, and it doesn't mean that if you're the 3rd seed on the 8 today or in this competition that you will be that through the whole season. It all changes as the year goes on, right?
That's absolutely right. And you got to earn it. I mean, that's the overarching point to what we're doing right now. It's about the work. And if we're not doing the work, none of the rest of it matters.
And results do matter. At the same time, you also will look at a lot of different other things as well, right? As you watch tape and that sort of thing, and try to gauge how this weekend goes.
So yeah, I mean, last year it was we finished 3rd behind Oklahoma. Oklahoma was number 1, number 2, and then we were 3 in the varsity 8. So what stood out right away once we looked at the tape was we just weren't rowing very well, right? I mean, it was aggressive. There was a lot of power behind it. But as soon as I put up the video for the team to see, they're like, oh, I mean, they're looking, and we weren't quite catching together. We didn't have the blades rolling up at the same time. We weren't quite moving the way we wanted to as a team. But the great thing about that is that they changed almost instantly, right? Like when they saw that on the video, and that's the beauty of, the iPad and all these wonderful tools that we have now. You can show the athletes almost as soon as they come off the water, and they're able to say, oh, we got to do that better. And then I think we finished, much better throughout the weekend. So,
anything else you want to see out of them this weekend?
Mostly, I want to see how it's kind of like when you take the football team on the road for the first time. I want to see how they act as a team in a different situation, right? It's easy when you're at the boathouse every day, but loading the trailer, getting to the race site, all those things are important. You've got to get into a rhythm with that. And I think our team is really good at that, but it's always good to go through the exercise because it's practice. That's as much work as anything else that we do. And to do that well, we've got to practice that.
Coach, thanks for joining us and good luck.
Thanks.
Head of the Oklahoma this weekend for TU Women's Rowing.